2024 annual review of New Car Review. The new car we're looking at this time is the BYD Song Plus D. This model is probably the most famous among all the plug-in hybrid models currently on the Chinese market. Even people from my parents' generation are talking about it. This car is also a hybrid. It's not like this, he said. This car is also DMI, and DMI has already become synonymous with hybrid in people's minds. But is it necessarily right to follow the crowd and buy a car with such good sales? Is a car with good sales necessarily a good car? So what features does the BYD Song Plus DMI have? Everyone must have heard about the 5th generation DMI technology. For example, when we typically drive this Song Plus DMI, it's just 3 point something. Press a bit harder, press a bit deeper, like today when we are testing for acceleration, high speed, and various tests which are not normal driving conditions, the fuel consumption is just over 4 liters. If you have a charging station, then the cost of using this car, the pure electric range of 150 kilometers can almost be ignored. It's definitely enough for commuting. The vehicle's body length exceeds 4 meters and 77 centimeters with a wheelbase of 2 meters and 76.5 centimeters, ensuring that the space in this car, whether in the first row, second row, or the entire trunk, is in a very usable state. Moreover, when the second row is folded down, it is completely flat. With the vehicle's ground clearance and its external discharge capability, occasional sleeping and camping are completely feasible. It features external discharge, wireless charging, autonomous parking, and 10 infinity speakers. Whether it's advanced global highway driving system, the features of this car at a mainstream level are certainly not a problem for driving. Also, how does this car drive? I can responsibly tell you that it is the most well-rounded car at this level. While driving the car, whether it's the chassis, steering, throttle, or brakes, you can't find any obvious shortcomings. Most of the time, no matter what car you drove before, you can easily get used to this car. And I want to tell everyone that I've driven many versions of the Song Plus DMI. It gets updated each time, so this car is constantly evolving and getting better. As for after sales, finally, it's about the maintenance and after sales service of this car. Anyone familiar with BYD knows that because BYD has its own fully independent industry chain, this car is really very cheap in terms of maintenance or part replacement in all aspects. So why do people buy BYD? At the very least, based on my previous introduction, it's economical to use, worry-free to repair, and fully equipped. I think there are no issues. You might hear that other cars have similar features, so why did BYD Song Plus DMI sell over 260,000 units in 2024? I think a very important point is that it is the initiator of China's new era of hybrid vehicles. I remember at the beginning of 2020, I went to BYD. At that time at the headquarters, it was the first release of the Song Plus DMI. The engineers told me the exact words. If this car is made well, then in the next 10 years, BYD will take off. But if it is not made well, it might not be seen in 5 years. Now in reality, we see that BYD's annual sales have now exceeded 4,200,000 units. As the world's strongest new energy, it must have its unique reasons. Besides the technical and other advantages we mentioned earlier, the concept of being the first to emerge and the long-term accumulation of technology might also be another very important reason.